Hi, my name is Yannick, and I'm here at the historic Seward House. This is where William Henry Seward lived most of his adult life in. Seward is also noted for being the 12th governor of New York and the Secretary of State under Abraham Lincoln and Andrew Johnson. Right now, we're going to walk the grounds of the house to see what it looked like in the day of William Henry Seward. And these are the historic gardens of the Seward House. These are kept at the exact same thing as in the day of William Henry Seward. They are really beautiful. Come, let's see more. Through the gardens are many water lines connected to the fountains and plants, and right next to the gardens is, of course, the Seward House, in which William Henry Seward lived most of his adult life. Things out here are very nice today. William Henry Seward was also part of the Whig Party. The Whig Party were fundamentally opponents of the Jacksonian Democrats. The Whig Party is an example of the splintering of parties in the tensions leading up to the Civil War. William Henry Seward ran twice for the Whig Party. In 1856, he was smashed by John C. Fremont. But in 1860, William Henry Seward almost beat Lincoln. Seward was a presidential candidate for the Whig Party. What can you tell me about the Whig Party?
Well, the Whigs were principally the opponents of the Jacksonian Democrats, and they stressed the importance of sort of building national unity. And so they supported programs to knit the country together, canals and roads, and they also opposed what they saw as sort of policies of the Jacksonian Democratic Party.
Extra, read all about it. Lincoln beats Seward and is elected as the 16th President of the United States. That's what it might have sounded like when Abraham Lincoln was elected as the President of the United States. William Henry Seward served as the Secretary of State during the Civil War, but he was most famous for his acts after the Civil War, and of course, for the Alaska Purchase. Alaska was first seen by Russians near what is now Prince of Wales Island. In the 1740s, isolated groups of Russian fur traders began to settle Alaska. In the 1790s, Russians began to settle Alaska's coast, beginning the colony of Alaska. Why did Seward believe so strongly that it was important for America to purchase Alaska?
Well, he had a few reasons. Couple of main reasons had to do with defense for the country. He also was a supporter of Manifest Destiny. He really wanted to expand the country in multiple directions. Alaska is what he was successful in achieving, but he was a big supporter of, really he wanted to make the U.S. all of North America. He wanted to make it a lot bigger. And then the other big reason would be the natural resources. He in particular wanted the timber that was up there to sell to several different Asian countries. He didn't know about gold or oil yet, but the three big ones would be defense and natural resources and just expanding the country in general.
It's 4 a.m. on March 30th, 1867. The U.S. has just bought Alaska from Edward de Stokel, but sadly, he was scorned by the U.S. Congress, calling it Seward's Folly and Jackson's Polar Bear Garden. People didn't know if Alaska was a country, a name, or a new kind of drink, but little did they know that Alaska would bring many new rewards to the U.S., like economics, security, and a drastic expanse to our country. In Alaska, March 30th is Seward Day. To celebrate the purchase of their state, people dress up in costumes and have parades for the big event. Seward's purchase of Alaska was most definitely a turning point in history. Alaska still brings in revenues of gold and oil. The U.S. also uses Alaska for defense against other countries. Alaska makes enough money so that in a day they could repay the U.S. Congress. Without Alaska, there could be major changes to the Cold War, World War II, and of course the U.S. GDP. All of this thanks to one man, William Henry Seward.